possible to cover everything in detail. We will be, I'll be covering whatever possible I can, okay, because it's not possible to cover salaries and house property, everything in one go. Okay. Okay, so you are having first is salaries, then house property, then capital gains. Let me see how much I can cover today. I'll just touch on the brief things that are required. Okay. And the rest, I don't think you will be getting any problems from that. Only theoretical portion you will be. If it is coming, then it will be basically theoretical portion. Okay. Okay. Is my PPT visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So before, yes, somebody is telling something. Okay. So before I move into how to compute income from salaries or house properties, there are certain terminology which everybody should be clear with. Okay. So what are the terminologies? There are many terminologies or terms which have been given by the Income Tax Act. We are not going to go into all the terms, but certain terms which you should be knowing, only those terms I'll be touching. So first is assessee. Assessee means a person by whom any tax or any other sum of money is payable under the Income Tax Act. He or she is an assessee. Okay. So any person who has been under the Act, who has been taken for assessment of income, and the income of this person is in respect of which is assessable for tax purposes, is an assessee. Next is assessment. Assessment means the procedure in which the income of an assessee is determined. So assessee is the person who has earned an income and who is liable to pay tax under the Income Tax Act. Assessment is the person of determining that how much he has earned and what will be the tax liability that he has to pay to the under the Income Tax Act to the government. Okay. Next is a person. The person over here, when we talk about person, we understand it is an individual. But person is not just an individual. Person here under income tax is an individual, a Hindu undivided family, a company, a firm, local authority, artificial judicial person. Everybody is taken as a person. So every person is, whoever is having an income will be liable, will become an assessee, and will be liable for assessment of tax. Okay. So everything is considered as a person out here. Okay. So it is not just about the human being or individual as a person out here. Then we are having income. What is the purview of income? Definition of income under the Act. So I'm not going to tell you about each and every section because it is not essential and you people cannot remember also. But every definition is defined under a particular section. So income includes profit and gains. Income includes dividend. Income includes voluntary contributions that is received by a trust or an institution. It also includes any special allowance or benefit. It also includes any benefit or perquisite or capital gains or any winning from lotteries, all your, what is that called? Crossword puzzle, from games, sports, आपका जो this Indian Idol and ये सब होता है, उन सब में से whatever you are earning will go under income over there. Okay? So everything is considered as an income for under the which will be liable for assessment of tax liability. Okay. Now, India. Okay, because it is Income Tax Act, which is applicable to the sovereignty of India. So India, what does India include? It includes the territory of India as per Article 1 of the Constitution. It also includes territorial waters, that means sea and seabed and subsoil, continental shelf, exclusive economic zone. So everything comes under the terminology of India. Another important two terms that are important over here. Please, somebody is unmute, kindly mute yourself. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Okay. Then the terminology comes is assessment year and previous year. These are two important terms that every person should be, whether you are a what is that called? Whether you are paying tax or not, or whether you know about income tax or you're just giving it to your tax consultant to file it. But these are two terms that everybody should be knowing. Okay. Assessment year means a period of 12 months, which starts from 1st of April every year. So your assessment year will begin from the 1st of April and it includes a period of 12 months. And this is the year in which income is earned. The income that is earned in the previous year is assessed for. So now the assessment year, if I'm going to file my taxes, okay, so the assessment year is 23-24, and for which income I'm going to file my taxes in 23-24, 1st April.
22-23.
Yes, 22-23. So 22-23 is called the previous year, for which the assessment will be done in 23-24. So I will be filing my return. So for the entire income that I've earned from 1st April 2022 till 31st March 2023, I will be assessed in the year 23-24 and I will be paying my taxes. And usually it is before 31st of July so I have to file my taxes in this month itself. Okay. That is the assessment year. Okay. And there are various other terminologies under this, but I will not go into all those details. Few of the things only I wanted to say. Okay. Now let's come to salary. What is the meaning of salary? So the Income Tax Act has defined salary, and they are saying that the act is saying that salary will include both monetary payments in the form of basic salary, bonus, commission, allowances, etc., as well as certain non-monetary facilities like your housing accommodation, medical facility, interest-free loan, everything. Okay, so salary is under section 17 subsection 1 of the Act. Salary includes wages, salary includes annuity or pension, it includes gratuity, it includes any fee or commission or perquisite or any advance salary or provident fund. Everything is included in the term salary. Okay. Then there is another term called allowance. So different types of allowances are given to the employees by the employers. Okay. So here I've given HRA, transport allowance, children education allowance. Okay. So allowances also, there are some which are fully taxable, which are partially taxable, and there are certain which are fully exempted from taxes. Fully taxable allowance will include entertainment allowance, dearness allowance. This over here I've written DA. So this dearness allowance is fully taxable. Overtime allowance is fully taxable. Project allowance. Then there is fixed medical allowance. Then there can be transport allowance. So these are some examples which are fully taxable. Partially taxable allowances will be your HRA under section 10, subsection 13A, and also some special allowances under section 10, subsection 14. Those are partially taxable. There are also certain allowances mentioned sorry, in the Income Tax Act, which are fully exempted. Okay. So what are the taxes that are fully exempted? They are allowances to High Court judges. Okay, that is fully exempted.
Madam, slide किसी change करते कि गोटे slide अच्छी.
नहीं मुझे आई नहीं change करी तो I will be going. I will be going. So, you thought that these are basic things that I'm telling before I proceed. And so, which are the allowances which are fully exempted? One is something that is allowance given to High Court judges, allowance paid by United Nations organization. So if you are working in UNO or you are working in UNDP, okay, or if you are working in UNICEF, so whatever you are getting, whatever salary and allowances you are getting, that is absolutely tax-free. Okay, that is fully exempted. So these are the allowances that are fully exempted. Okay. So here in this slide, we are talking about taxable. It can be basic. The first salary will include your basic pay, DA, bonus, and all these things I've already told you, HRA, transport allowance, perquisites, and everything. Okay. Now, if we are going, now listen, students, this is an old PPT of mine. So this is not my PPT. I've asked one of my friends to send it, and this is old because nobody teaches income tax through PPT. We all teach income tax in the class directly on the board. Okay. And income tax, whenever we are teaching, it is basically computation part, which is very crucial. But because we have certain limitation, so we have to do it on the virtual mode. So this PPT is not the as per assessment year 23-24, but it has all the required information. Okay. So when we are computing the income from salary, salary will include basic pay, DA, bonus, incentive. You have to add the taxable allowances. You have to add taxable perquisites, and all the above will come to your total income from salary. Okay. So these are certain. Let's come to allowances. Under allowances, there is house rent allowance, children education allowance, uniform allowance, transport allowance. Other things are also there. Now, house rent allowance, when we are talking about, then it differs again, metro cities and other cities. Okay. So it is a special allowance which is basically given to the employee for payment of the rent when you are residing for the residence of the employee. Yesterday only we were talking about house rent allowance, how we can show house rent allowance and evade tax. That is what we were talking about. So when we are talking about house rent allowance, then it is either the actual. It will differ from company to company. Okay. So there are certain companies where the actual rent is taken. There are companies that will, where a certain percentage of the basic salary is considered. Okay. If when I was working in Citibank, then the actual rent was taken. But when I moved into another bank, Indian bank, then it was certain percentage they were allowing as a HRA. Okay. So HRA in metro cities, it can be actually received or rent paid, that is 10% of the salary for the relevant period. And sometimes also it can go up to 50% of the salary in the relevant period also. Okay. That will again differ from organization to organization. Many a times different organizations have different rules, but again, it is an allowance which is partially taxable in nature. Okay. There are different types of then children education allowance is also there. Uniform allowance, central government employees get uniform allowance also, and transport allowance many companies are giving. Perquisites. What are perquisites? Now, perquisites are basically they are given to motivate the employees and to enhance their performance. Okay. So they can be in the form of rent-free accommodation or concessional accommodation, entertainment bill reimbursement, telephone bill reimbursement. All these are perquisites which are given so as to attract, retain. The main motive why companies give perquisite, it is basically to attract, to retain the employees and to ensure that their stay in the company is fruitful. Okay. Just a sec, students, there is an urgent call. Thank you. Okay, we'll continue. Certain other important part of the salary, one is your provident fund. If it is there in this. Anyways, this is about the house rent allowance. Okay. Where if a person, if he is there in metro cities and other cities, it is also given. Okay. Education allowance, 100 rupees per child per month, maximum of 2 children, and 300 rupees per child per month, maximum
Madam,
of 2. Yes.
The basic salary plus the perquisites for one employees will earn, the perquisites will be added to taxable income or not?
We'll come to that. We'll come to that. I'll show you one of the calculation for better understanding. I'm just going through the basic things, which few of the things, everything that we cannot go, but few of the things which is you need to know. Okay? I'll come to that. Don't worry. Okay. Now here only perquisites you are talking about, see, non-taxable perquisites has come. Okay. So, okay, one of the important elements before we come to non-taxable perquisite, one of the important element which all of us should understand is provident fund. Okay, so how many of you over here are working professionals? Can you just raise your hands? How many of you are working professionals? Is it possible for you to raise your hand? Okay, Arvinda Mishra is working. Subrat, I know, is working. Anybody else? 1, 2. Okay, quite a few of you are working professionals. Now tell me, what is Provident Fund?
Ma'am, Provident Fund is something, the amount the company deduct from our salary, CTC. It has got added where it has been divided by two parts. One, it goes to the pension, and one is for, as you called, Provident Fund.
Okay.
It is the 12% of the basic salary.
Ma'am, Subrat Kumar this right?
Yes,
Good
Subrat.
evening. Ma'am, there is some employer part and employee part. I mean, some part has been deducted from employer and some employee, and some the same equal amount will be paid by employer. I mean company. And total 24% that will be contributed, and that will be calculated based on your basic salary. It's not your gross salary, right, ma'am?
Absolutely.
And 8.33 that will be maximum as per rule regulations after evaluation 2015. It will be 1250 will be goes to your pension part, and remaining will be you can just billable amount.
Yes.
Yes, this is as per current scenario, and basic salary as per now it's 15,000, and earlier it was at 6,500.
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, I need to correct something here. The total contribution is 25%, 12% from employer and 12% from employee, and 0.5% each goes to EDLI, and another 0.5 goes to the administrative charge.
Oh, everybody is very intelligent out here. So I don't need to take the class. Very good.
No,
Very
ma'am.
excellent. Very good.
Because ma'am, I am already as a more than 10-year experience, and I know I am already gone as a pension part.
Very
That's
good.
why-
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Good. Most important is that it is not about, whether you're working or not. There are certain basic things that we need to know. Okay. And there is no harm in knowing from each other, because I believe that, learning is just, हम लोग जब बोलते हैं ना, company has got perpetual existence, learning has got perpetual existence. You never know where to stop. But I'm very happy. Good, very good. Okay. Now, what exactly, why this Provident Fund? Everybody knows what is Provident Fund, how much it is deducted, and all those things. So Provident Fund scheme is intended to give substantial benefits to an employee at the time of retirement. Okay. So in this scheme, a specified amount is deducted from the salary of the employee, and is contributed in the Provident Fund, and it is kept in Provident Fund, and employer also contributes an equal amount, and it is kept, and interest is accrued on it. Okay. So I don't want to go into the details about what are the different Provident Funds. So government employees, for private employees like us, some portion is deducted by the our organization, and the rest we all go and keep it in the PPF account, which many of you must be knowing. And it is eligible for deduction under Section 80C, which is one of the best part. Okay? Because of the deductions under Section 80C. Okay. So now coming to non-taxable perquisites, somebody was asking me, Madam, whether the perquisites will be included. Certain perquisites, these are the perquisites which are non-taxable in nature. You can also go through that few of the things which are non-taxable in nature. Okay. These are all non-taxable in nature. And this is rent-free or concessional taxable perquisites. Now, what are the perquisites which will be included under tax? So these are few of the taxable perquisites. Rent-free or concessional accommodation for government employees, for private employees. Private employee का तो मुझे लगता है सब कुछ taxable होता है, ठीक है? And interest-free or concessional loans. Okay, because we have a lot of people who are, have got this idea about income tax and all, many of us. So let me ask a question to all of you. Okay? Ready, everybody? Or those who want to answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Ready, या नहीं?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, this will be also for my benefit. Okay? Acha. Now, those who have raised their hands can put their hands down. Okay? You can remove your hands. Now, let me ask a question. Have you heard about voluntary retirement schemes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So when a person, supposing a person was working in SBI and he has taken a voluntary retirement after working for a certain number of years. Okay. So if he has taken a voluntary retirement after working for a certain number of years, and at that time, he will be getting a sizable amount. Let's say he is getting 30 lakhs. Okay.
Yes.
Voluntary retirement compensation that he is getting is 30 lakhs. Okay.
Yes.
And when he still has about 6 years of service left when he decided to take a voluntary retirement. And when he was about to retire, he was drawing a salary of let's say 50,000, which and a DNS allowance of 10,000. Can you tell me how much is he going to pay? Will there be any payment applicable or not? And if yes, how?
50,000 salary.
Wouldn't get it properly. Can you please- The last sentence, can you please repeat again?
50,000 half to 30,000. 30 into 15. 4,15,000.
How?
Gratuity.
Only like one.
16 month into 30.
Sorry. Yes, tell me. Anybody?
Question, ma'am?
Question hoche. I am working. ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
काम करके अभी का I have taken a voluntary retirement and let's say I'm receiving 30 lakhs. Okay. And now when I'm
Yes.
about to
Subha Javani, ma'am.
yeah. Now, when I'm taking the voluntary retirement, I still have around 6 years of my service left. Okay. And
Yes, ma'am.
at this point, I'm drawing a salary of 50,000 plus 10,000 of DNS allowance. So what will be my taxable income? I mean, what amount of tax liability on whatever amount I am getting?
Okay, you mean ma'am to say that on the 30 lakhs, right?
Ha.
Okay. But the 30 lakhs is F&A full and final amount. What is the best?
क्या बेटा?
वो ये 30 lakhs जो से रिसीव करीबे वॉलंटरी रिटायरमेंट तक F&A पे अमाउंट फुल एंड फाइनल अमाउंट क्या व्हाट एग्जैक्टली क्या
Full and final amount.
क्योंकि ना मैम बहुत तादर बहुत कुछ था अने एस्क्रेसिया था आई मीन ना ग्रेचुटी एंड लीव इनकैशमेंट बहुत कुछ थी वो सब पर्सन तो आसीबोनी लागिबोनी टैक्सेबल
except gratuity, rest are taxable.
नहीं नहीं लीव एनकेसमेंट भी तार लिमिट अछि
हेलो मैम
Yes.
तो पर मंथ आपण 50,000 सैलरी पांती
Yes.
6 इयर्स पूर्व आपण रिटायरमेंट नै हेले तो आपनकर 30 लाख से हेला माने 30 लाख वेरी वेस्ट कर देले किंतु आपको 30 लाख से मिल गेला तो समान हे गेला ना
तो मोर जो 30 लाख टा मिली छी तादरे मते टैक्स दबा को पड़िबो ना नहीं?
ना जतर पड़ी
मैम से कंपनी पे डिडक्ट करके पे करके
आपने ऑलरेडी टैक्स दे देंगे ना
नहीं मैम जो टैक्स जो डिडक्ट करके एम्प्लॉयर हैज टू जो ना लायबिलिटीज एज पर रूल्स दे हैव टू डिडक्ट व्हाट इज योर टैक्स इज एप्लीकेबल on that amount and they have to pay as a net amount. I mean if I'm just getting a retirement and I have to no pay any because my employer will be pay whatever taxes is applicable because that is the responsibility of employer.
So let the employer calculate the tax. Now you are my employer, you calculate. Okay. All of you take those who are into IT, please. I mean income tax. All of you take down this question. Take it as a homework. Okay. A challenge question.
Yes ma'am.
Okay.
Sure,
मैम 50,000 रे इनकम टैक्स केते दवा पड़तला
कौन बेटा?
50,000 रे इनकम टैक्स केते टका दवा पड़तला
करंट रेट रे
ना आपन का मंथली सैलरी 50,000 थिला ना
हाँ 50,000 थिला
तो सेतरे इनकम टैक्स केते टका दवा पड़तला
इनकम टैक्स as per the assessment year.
ओके मैम
वो कहली अबिका मोर सैलरी अछि 50,000. Okay, so once again I'm repeating the question. ठीक है? So just those who are interested just write it down. So I am taking a voluntary retirement. ठीक है? I am going to get 30 lakhs. Okay? And I have served let's say 30 years in that organization. 30 years I have served. After serving 30 years, I am retiring and I'll be getting around 30 lakhs. Okay? Okay? At the time of voluntary retirement. Okay? And I still have around 6 years of service left. And at the time of voluntary retirement, that is today, if I'm taking today, then my last drawn salary was drawn basic salary of 50,000 and DA of 10,000 per month. Okay, so you have to calculate the taxable voluntary retirement compensation, taxable part.
ओके मैम बुझियला तो 30 लाख रो इनकम टैक्स केतना दवा पड़े सेटा कहर अछि
Yes, that's it.
Ma'am 5 lakh 5 I will be pay tax employer will be pay tax deduct tax on 25 lakhs.
Subuni bacha
25 lakhs re 25 lakhs re I think there is some free up to I think 5 lakh. If I'm तो से 25 लाख तो ऊपर जो टैक्स डिडक्ट करिए एम्प्लॉयर
हाँ 25 लाख सेटा ठीक कहि दला तमे 5 लाख होची तमरा स्टैट्यूटरी लिमिट ठीक अछि सो तमरा सेटा ठीक कहि दला
5 लाख तो आज पर करंट जो है सेटा मु टैक्स फ्री एनीवेज
एक्सेप्शन अंडर ये रे हां
सेटा तो डिडक्शन है जो ता ऊपर जोटा हबो
हां
जो स्लैब आस्तबो ता ऊपर जो 25 पर जो स्लैब आस्तबो 30% समथिंग से स्लैब ऊपर से काटी देसे
30% रे बुझी की 50,000 रे 30% मते रखी दबो तमे
ना ना
मोर
ना 30% नहीं
पैसा
एटा 20 एटा 10 to 20 मते रिसेंटली देखिया पड़िबो एटा 20 15 ना
ठीक है मैम
20%
नेक्स्ट क्लास रे कहबो आगु
Yes.
बढ़न
ठीक
आगु
है।
बढ़न
Okay, now let's come to a little bit more on perquisites. Okay, so perquisite will indicate some extra benefit in addition to the salary and allowances that people are getting. Perquisite may be in the form of, your, it can be cash or it can be kind also. Okay. So when there is, the perquisite can also be reimbursement of expenses, and perquisite can may arise due to you in the due course of employment. Okay. So perquisite has been defined in an inclusive manner. The definition can be two, inclusive and exclusive, but perquisite is an inclusive definition. That means everything has been included in that definition. Nothing has been left out. Okay. So there will be perquisite, which is taxable in case of employees. There are certain tax-free perquisites, and there are certain perquisites which are taxable only in the hand of specified employees. So there is difference. Okay. So if we look at perquisites taxable in the case of employees, then rent-free accommodation. Let me just. Okay. So you are having rent-free accommodation. Okay. Concessional rent also. This will go under the taxable part of the perquisite. Okay. And when we are talking about the tax-free ones, then these are the tax-free ones. Non-taxable perquisites, then these are the non-taxable perquisites. I'm not touching on the total amount and all those things. Okay. So tax-free perquisites in all cases can be transport facility, telephone, privilege passes, refreshment, subsidized lunch, recreational facility, conveyance facility. All these can be non-taxable perquisites. Okay. And there are certain perquisites which are taxable only in the hand of certain employees. So basically, very high level employees, they get certain perquisites, and those are taxable in their hand. Okay. Okay. So that is one part of it. Now we will go to another slide, another presentation, where I will just okay. Let's take a small question. Is it visible, everybody?
yes ma'am
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo. Okay. So let us look at the question. So annual salary is 7,20,000. Let me go to the question first. Wait, just a second. Why isn't it working? Okay, visible? So a person is getting a salary of 50,000. Okay? 50,000 per month salary he is getting. Okay.
Yes.
So what will just a second. This hanging a little bit. Okay. So annual salary is given as 50,000 means, and then, sorry, annual salary is 7,20,000. Then 7 lakh from your total annual salary, let's say it is 7,20,000. Then standard deduction is deducted. So income from salary is coming to 6,70,000. Then tax, add the current tax rate that is being given. Then rebate is 0. So net tax is this 46,500. Then there is a cess 4% education cess, which is 1,860. So net tax plus cess is 48,360. Whatever your TDS, monthly TDS is for, so total tax liability is 48,360. So depending on that, your monthly TDS is being deducted. Okay. This is how they are calculated. Okay. Just to show few of the people who are who haven't seen how it is calculated and all, nothing else. Okay. Everybody knows what is standard deduction?
Yes, ma'am. Aware of.
Okay, good. So the standard deduction earlier was 30,000. Now it has been increased to 50,000. And this is for financial year 22-23. So we have two slabs. One is old and the other is new. New tax regime and old tax regime. Okay. Are you people aware of new and old tax regimes?
Yes, ma'am. The last year has been changed this year.
So basically, new tax regime, in old tax regime, you can take benefits of investments. Okay. Investments and deductions under section 80C and 80G and 80BB, everything you can take benefit of. But in the new tax regime is good for people having an income of above 15 lakhs. Okay. Because
Yes,
as
sir.
it is, they are going into the tax bracket of 30% tax slab. Okay. So 30% with a 30% tax slab, if they are doing their investment, even after doing investment, they still are into the 30% tax slab. So the new tax regime is saying that there's no need for doing any kind of investment, and there is a flat deduction over there. And if you compare the old and the new tax regimes, then people with a high income above 15 lakhs, they are benefiting up till a certain amount, up till a certain level, like you can say up till 30-35 lakh income, there is benefit and they are benefiting little bit under the new tax regime. Okay, than the old tax regime. Under old tax, they are paying more salary, more tax. Sorry. Okay.
But ma'am, this side Arvind. So I'm
Yes.
saying the catch here is in new tax regime, there is no loopholes for tax avoidance.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why many guys are choosing to stay with the old one.
We have moved into the new one because there is we cannot, as I told, as salaried employees, it is difficult to avoid. Okay. And maximum what we were discussing, थोड़ा बहुत हाउस रेंट वो भी नहीं दिखा सकते क्योंकि खुद का घर है. ठीक है. And क्या कर सकते हैं थोड़ा where we are working, even medical bills also we cannot provide. Donation also nowadays it has become very difficult to get hold of people. So yes, people who so people who are into who want to get little bit of benefit, they are doing it. But that, I think it is always better to move into the new tax regime. I personally have felt it. Okay. So in the old tax regime, how is tax calculated? Let me just tell you that tax slabs. Up till 2,50,000, tax is 0. Okay. Between 2,50,000 to 5 lakh, it is 5% of your total income that exceeds 2,50,000. Then between 5 lakh to 10 lakhs, it is 12,500 plus 20% of your total income that exceeds 5 lakh. And if your income is above 10 lakhs, then it is 1 lakh 12,500 plus 30% of your total income that exceeds 10 lakhs. That is as per the old tax regime, and that is applicable for salaried person and Hindu undivided family. But when you come to a new tax regime, then up till 3 lakhs it is nil. Between 3 to 6 lakhs, it is 5% of your total income, which is exceeding 3 lakhs. Then between 6 to 9 lakh, it will be 15,000 plus 10% of your total income, which exceeds 6 lakhs. Any person who is earning between 9 to 12. So there it was straight from 5 to 10 in old. So here again, they have made brackets. So any person between 9 to 12 lakhs, it is 45,000 plus 15% of your total income, which is exceeding 9 lakh. Then between 12 to 15 lakhs, it is 90,000 plus 20% of your total income. And if you are more than 15 lakhs, then it is 1,50,000 plus 30% of your total income that exceeds 15 lakhs. Okay. In that way, they are dividing. So people with income above 15 lakhs, it is better to go for the new tax regime. Okay. So now, what kind of question can you expect from salary? Okay. What kind of question can you expect from salary? Has any question been shared?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. See, basically, in this unit, because it is a very, very vast unit and covers everything, so one part of it which will be easier for you people to write one part, I would suggest go for the tax management part, which will be tax planning, tax evasion, tax avoidance. Okay. Please, that part you will definitely get a question. Okay. And from the other part, which is house property, rent, allowance. So you basically, or just for example, salary. Salary, I would suggest read what is salary, what do you understand by basic salary, how the salary components, whatever I told you, basic, allowances, perquisites, okay, and the salary tax rate, little bit about under allowances kya kya aata hai, under perquisite the 3 categories of perquisite kya kya aata hai. ठीक है, so that will constitute your entire salary. If the question prone area is basically one part is that and the other part is salary and little bit of house rent allowance. ठीक है, otherwise is unit say this is a very, very vast unit and other portions to be covered is not possible. ठीक है, but there were 5 questions that were given to you people, right, from this subject. Somebody was asking me
yes.
the questions.
Yes, ma'am. You are talking about the
Yes, ma'am.
assignment.
So
Yes, ma'am.
anything that has been given from this unit?
Yeah, just let me check. Okay, I have assignment. Just let me check.
Ma'am, you just tell the probable questions that will come from this chapter.
That's why I'm telling you, na. One is, see, I cannot tell you the questions. I can only discuss
Ma'am,
the
probable questions, sir.
beta, probable question I'll tell you in the last class. Okay? But the question prone area is, what is tax planning? How is tax planning different from tax evasion and tax avoidance? Okay. So basically that kind of things.
Ma'am, in assignment there is no type of this type of there is what is GST and
Okay, Subrat, I'm not able to hear you.
ma'am assignment रे समिति tax calculation ऊपर देनी से वो director बेस रे देते हैं तापरे GST what is GST ता विषय रे अछि तापरे ये अछंती माने GST को कैपिटल लाइन में GST माने एमटी टैक्स ऊपर किछ देनी मैम assignment
GST तो तुम्हारे 5th unit को पड़ेगा.
आगे
This is 4th unit.
Yes, ma'am. But
okay. Anyways, this is going to be the probable questions. One will be, what is tax planning? How is it different from tax? What is tax evasion? What is tax avoidance? How is tax planning different from tax evasion? This is going to be the question. Or it can be if salary, what is salary under income tax? What are the different allowances that is taken under salary? And what are the different perquisites? So you cannot write everything, learn few of the things. Okay?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will end the class for today. Next class, little bit of house rent, and then I'll move to GST. Only the important portion of GST I will be covering. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Unit 4 and Unit 5 that important अछि na.
And what about ma'am for today's?
बहुत अच्छी. Unit 4 is very vast. ठीक अछि? Very vast. सबु जिनसे रखी देई छन. Tax planning रू salary, capital gain, it is not possible. So you just have to learn little bit.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, TDS also, there is TDS also in fifth.
You have to have idea on everything.
Yes.
Okay. Even GST. GST is a subject, complete subject. Okay.
Yes,
and that is like for in my university, we don't teach GST because none of us are proficient in GST. GST is taught by GST professionals or people, chartered accountants. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So GST is a complete subject, but that has been covered in one unit. So we will see how we can do it. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah, somebody is telling.
Ma'am. This is Rajiv, ma'am. Actually, if I have a income of 18 lakh, okay, ma'am. Can I need any tax planning for this in a new regime?
See, new regime mein bacha, what tax planning will you do? It is, have you consulted your chartered accountant?
Sorry?
Have you consulted? Just do one thing. Because I'm running short of time, I have to go somewhere urgently. Okay. Just do one thing. Either you go for a tax calculation. The only way you can save something is home loan. Okay. New regime maybe home loan is the only savior. Triple 80C के अंदर तो कुछ आता भी नहीं है. Nothing is being considered. ठीक है.
हाँ, that's what I'm telling, ma'am. अगर मतलब न्यू रेजिम में अगर मैं जा रहा हूँ और 18 लाख एबव है तो टैक्स प्लानिंग कर सकता हूँ मैं, मतलब अजय होम लोन ऐसे कुछ करके.
You can, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.